Gen Z dating and relationships have brought in new dating habits that may stifle you and surprise you after you hear about them.
All right, so here's relationship expert Jess O'Reilly to break them down and explain why Gen Z are embracing new ways of dating that older generations haven't done before. Jess, good morning to you. And why should we be paying attention to these Gen Z dating trends?
Well, it's interesting. I think oftentimes we think about learning from older generations, and of course that's so important, but there's also a trickle up effect, and intergenerational learning is so important, particularly to those of us who precede the next ones coming up, because it's good in terms of cognitive flexibility, emotional literacy, and Gen Z are bringing in, yes, the trends we're going to discuss, but also some really important stuff around digital intimacy and digital empathy.
Okay. All right. So the first trend we're going to talk about is the love contract.
Okay, so you can probably guess what this is. It's basically formalizing your expectations in a relationship. So oftentimes in relationships, we communicate or we make assumptions from shorthand, right? Oh, we're committed to each other, or we're exclusive. Okay, but what does that mean? So they're writing down the details of what they expect in a relationship. So it could be something like, we'll spend one weekend together a month, or I'm not going to cheat on you, some obvious stuff. And then you'll see some that are kind of out there where it says, I'll never hurt your feelings. So, okay, it's not realistic to never hurt somebody's feelings, obviously. But what I love about this trend is the formalization of expectations. And when you write them down, it leaves less room for ambiguity. It doesn't mean that there's no flexibility, but I think that we make a lot of assumptions. If I want something, I tend to assume that somebody else wants it, when in fact we need to move from that golden rule to the platinum rule, where I'm really treating you how you want to be treated as opposed to how I want to be treated.
Mm-hmm. And when you write it down, you can go back to it, you can read it, and there's no ambiguity, right?
Right. I'm like, remember we said this?
Right? Yes.
Again, we need to remain flexible, but I love that I think, deepening the conversation around, we're not just together, we don't just love each other. Here's why I love you. Here's what's important to me. Here's how I express love and how I receive love.
Okay, not only is Gen Z writing things down, but they're also doing voice memos?
Oh, yes. Okay, so when people are dating, especially online, which is the primary way people are connecting these days, we often say, oh, you should make sure you're exchanging photos or checking each other out or having a phone call. But Gen Z's not using the phone. That's just like this extra appendage that they've got on Do Not Disturb. And so the rule now is we're not going to meet up for a first date until we've sent voice notes. And I absolutely adore this. What I love, so I'm very pro technology. I really believe that technology, yes, has the potential to interfere through technoference and detract from connection, but it also has the potential to connect us. And so I love that we're using different mediums, right? So you can text, you can use emojis, you can send photos, you can send videos, which I know is more intimidating for a lot of people, but voice notes allow you to detect chemistry, because the tone, the cadence, the speed of our voice indicates how we're feeling. And research has actually shown that we adjust our tone and our speed when we're experiencing attraction. So just sending short voice notes allows you to build chemistry and also kind of see, are we actually compatible? Come on, because there's people whose voices you love and people whose voices you hate. And then there's people who hate the sound of their own voice. You wouldn't know from how much I talk. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it on tape.
Yeah. All right, the final trend we have to talk about originates apparently from Spain, and it's the supermarket trend.
Okay, from Mercadona, the happy hour. People have been going to Mercadona, which is a local supermarket chain, between 6 and 7 p.m., putting an upside down pineapple, you probably heard about this one, right, in their shopping cart to indicate that they are single, they are ready to mingle. But this is now expanding, because I just learned this week that 2 upside down bell peppers indicate something not so, I think, positive, maybe not a trend we want to lean into, but the 2 upside down bell peppers indicates that you're looking for something outside of your relationship without consent, like you're looking to cheat.
Upside down bell peppers.
Upside down bell peppers. And you've heard of the pineapple. Debbie was actually just saying that it's been a sign of hospitality. It's been used among folks who want to show that they have creative relationships. But the new Gen Z version is upside down pineapple, single, ready to mingle.
Okay.
Are those the red and the yellow peppers?
Yes. Red, green, orange.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, all the colors.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know what you think, but I just decided not to buy those peppers. That's all. I just put them down.
And I
put them back.
For all the signals I've been putting out, and I didn't even know I was.
Right. Yeah. That's another reason we need to learn from these trends. Who knows what we're communicating?
I'm scared to go to the grocery store.
That's why everyone was around my car.
All right, Jess, good stuff as always, and great to see you. Thank you.
It was so good to see you. It's been too long.
I know.
I'm coming back, knocking down your door.
All right, do it. All right.